Hi, this is Revopoint Ash. Thank you for choosing Revopoint. And I noticed that some of you are quite confused about why we're having a large turntable as an add-on, since we did mention that you shouldn't change the position of the object or tracker during scanning. Well, let me explain that. And some of you might understand but still confused about what the heck is the difference between leapfrogging and dynamic referencing. Well, no worry, I'll explain it all in this video. So today I'm going to scan two of the case. And note this is aluminum alloy case. We also have as an add-on. It's quite handy, has 4 wheels, so if you want a better maneuvering, you can think about having an aluminum alloy case, or not, because the default case come with the Trackit is also very durable. Good for luggage checking. Okay, so here we go. Okay, so first let me show you the function of the track scan. And this function means you only have a single station during scanning, and you absolutely don't move the object or the tracker's position, because the 3D coordinates of the object is fixed with the tracker, so you cannot move it. Well, let me show you. Here, let me enable large. Choose black object to scan black object, which is self-explanatory. Okay, here we go. And if your object is very dark, you can also manually increase the exposure, just like I'm doing now. Okay, here we go. As you can see, with the right settings, even you are scanning a very dark object, also the point cloud is generating very fast, no problem. Okay, I'm not gonna scan all of it, because now I'm gonna show you what's the consequence if I move the object with the large turntable, like now. As you can see, everything is going wrong, right? It doesn't make sense anymore. Just generating point clouds from like everywhere else than the correct position, as we can see here. See that? Just scanning the case, the layers over and over again. So that's why you don't move the object or the tracker's position under track scan. Or in other words, this is for single station scan only. Okay, now let me show you how you can use the large turntable, or in other words, change the position of the object or the tracker during mid-scan. So first is, now we choose multi-positional scanning. Besides the track scan function, it's another new mode. Okay, so we're going to use the large turntable. And by the way, the large turntable you will get on Kickstarter is different than what you see here. That one is better with the screw holes on top all over it for a better installation. That's what you're going to get on the Kickstarter version. Okay, it's pretty handy. With the remote, you can change the speed and the direction. Also can be controlled by the phone or in the PC software. Well, anyway, so here, let's put it on. Okay. So the function we're going to use is here, called New Global Marker Mode. And as you can see, we need to hide the scanner from the tracker in this mode, because all these markers on the scanner will be also detected as global marker. So now, let me, okay. start. And I'll explain why later when we're scanning. So as you can see, I put at least 5 of these anchor markers on each side of the object to make sure it can be detected by the tracker. Okay, should be there. Just wait for the final check. Okay. Click complete and choose Cloud Scan. It'll take us to the normal scanning interface. Maybe it's still a bit too fast for scanning. Again, same settings. I choose black object. Same settings, I choose 1 millimeter. Okay, and maybe 2, 3, yeah, maybe 3 is enough. And now, as you can see, all the stitching is correct. Even using a large turntable, I can successfully scan the point cloud of the object. Why this is happening? This is because now the 3D coordinates value is saved not in the tracker. Now it's saved with the object, or more specifically, it's saved in all these anchor markers. And that's why I prefer to call these big markers anchors instead of just markers, right? And don't worry about the alignment. You can boldly go to scan anywhere that is not previously being scanned. Don't worry about the stitching, because all the stitching is already completed when we starting to register all the global markers on the object. Okay, and you can even flip the object over. You can totally do that because all the, as long as all the anchor markers can be detected by the tracker, you can do that. As you can see now, all the stitching, all the alignment is totally correct, no problem at all. Okay, now our scan is completed. But I did say that you can totally move the object, the position of the object, or the tracker, or even both during scanning. But keep this in mind, do not shift the position of the object, or partially of the object. Like, for example, now I try to flip the position of this wheel over, and let's continue scanning and see what's going to happen. As you can see, normally it should be on the bottom, and now I shifted it up, and while the other area of the object remains still, and you cannot do that because this is what's going to happen to your scan. Okay. All right, now as you can see, double wheel, right, which is not correct. And I mean, this applies not only to Trackit, it applies to any other scanners. You just don't change the form of the object during scanning, or you're just gonna get a false scan, which is very self-explanatory, right? Okay, so let me just quickly run through the processing and let you check the final result. Okay, that's the case scan. Hope you like it. See that double wheel? Do not shift the position partially during scanning. Okay. Okay, so what I just showed you is called dynamic referencing under multi-positional scanning. But this is not always the case. So dynamic referencing has two key features. First is you log in all of the global markers or anchors in the first run. And the second key feature is it is very flexible. You can move it. You can freely move it even during mid-scan, flip it over, put it on the turntable. But that's not always the case. You don't really need to do dynamic referencing for every multi-stational scanning because you still have this option called leapfrogging. So here's what I'm going to show you. I'm going to scan the default case, and I'm going to put only 5. Or to be safe, let's put 6 because 5 is the minimum number the tracker can detect. So I'll just put 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. And I'll just use the only 6 to finish the whole scanning. Here is how I can operate. First, Okay, it's the same under multi-position scanning. Let's create a new scan. Hit new global marker mode. Same thing, hide the scanner from the tracker when you're trying to log it in. Which is pretty simple. We just log in the 6 markers. Okay, hit 7. What the heck is that? Ah, okay. And another thing is, do not put additional extra markers on the background, or it's gonna be detected. But never mind, it's not gonna be a big deal. Okay, now let's go to cloud scan. Same settings, same everything. It's just I'm not gonna use the large turntable. I'm not gonna move it during scanning. Here, just black. Do not block the Trackit with your camera, man. Okay, now let me flip it over while I pause everything. And when you're moving it, make sure you let the tracker always see the at least 5 markers. Okay, and continue scanning.